Wow. So yet another morning po, another time to serve my team and to serve everyone who is here today. So this is your Good Morning SMD. So it means good morning po regardless kung nasa amang panig po kayo ng mundo. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Ayan, kung meron po kayong katabi, greet po ng good morning. Pero kung wala po, paki-greet yung sarili nyo. Wag daw po nating kalimutan yung mga sarili natin. Actually, meron ako nilagay sa chat box natin. Sabayan nga po ako. It's an self-affirmation po ito. So, let's do it together. I am confident. I am powerful. I am strong. I am getting better and better every day. I'm not afraid to be great. Ayan. So, pwede po natin yan gamitin every day, every now and then, especially kung we feel down, ganyan po. Napaka-importante po yan, right? So every morning, pag nakita niyo yung sarili niyo sa mirror, i-greet niyo po yan. Oh, hello, good morning, beautiful. Ganyan. Hello, handsome. Gumagwapo ka yata, gumaganda ka yata, parang yan, ganyan. That's not being crazy po actually. Based yan sa psychology. Meron ngang ano yan studies sa University of Pennsylvania. Yan. Pag lagi mo daw nire-repeat yung mga affirmations na yan, nagkakaroon ng change sa ating mind. Yeah, and actually yung power of the mind is one of the greatest discoveries of the 20th century actually, right? Okay, so ayan. Greeting pala, napaparami na po tayo. Sorry. So, I would like to invite everybody, of course, to a very powerful prayer na itinuro po sa atin dito sa IMG. So, let's pray it together, please. Today, I ask you to bless me so that I may become a blessing. Lord, I commit myself to enrich others, but because I cannot give what I do not have, I commit myself to become rich. I commit myself to serve you and to serve the poor with my wealth. Today, I open myself to the abundance of your universe. Use me as your channel of love. Give me the ability to create wealth that will bless the world. Increase my financial wisdom and expand my territories. I place my life in your hands and the lives of everyone present in this webinar and all their families wherever they are, Lord. Amen. Ayan. So, salamat po. So, kunting pagpapakilala lang po about myself. So, I am Jasmine Verushka Jamias Rambuyong. I am an IMG campaigner since 2022, a senior marketing director, and now a life license underwriter po. Tagapagudpod Ilocos Norte po ako actually. Pero based na po ako ngayon dito sa Chicago, Illinois, USA with my family. We came here 2018 po. And although we were just joined by my husband po from New Zealand nung last year lang. So yung mga OFWs po dyan, I can relate po kung gaano po kahirap yung magkahiwa-hiwalay mga families. But then that's the sacrifice that we need to do kasi we need to provide for the needs of our families. Di po ba? Hirap po talaga. Pati pag-aaway high-tech online. Di ba? Pag ano, palaki na palaki yung mga letters. Minsan isang letter na lang ang nakikita sa screen ng cellphone. Sa laki. Alright? Okay. So, ayan po. So, meron pa akong ipapakilala sa inyo aside from myself. And I'm sure kilalang-kilala niyo po siya dyan, especially those who are in the Philippines po. Let's see.
Kakampi mo, kakampi natin. Sama-sama tayo patungo sa financial freedom. Raffy Tulfo po, kakampi ng inapi, kakampi ng IMG.
Ayan. So alam nyo na po na kung ano ang kinakagalit ni Senator Tulfo, 'di ba? Scam. Ibig sabihin po ang IMG din po ay hindi pumapayag sa scam. So ayan. So, but ano ba yung sinasabi ni Senator Tulfo na IMG? Ito po yung International Marketing Group. Nagsimula po ang IMG sa Pilipinas noong 1998, I'm so sorry. And it was registered at the Security and Exchange Commission in 2002. Ibig sabihin, by this year, 2023, 21 years na po ang IMG. But mind you po, nag-start yung system ng IMG way back pa po noong 1977 na sinimulan po ni Coach Swan Nguyen sa USA and Canada. Ayan, ganun na po siya katagal. But of course, this IMG is just a system po. It's a tool na pwede nating magamit and it's a very powerful tool pero we have to learn it. Kaya po tayo nandito ngayon para makilala at maipakilala po namin sa inyo si IMG na to. And of course, bakit nga ba natin kailangan kilalanin si IMG? Because IMG can assist people who would want to help themselves achieve financial security. And we would want everybody po, including you of course, na maging secured financially, na maging independent financially. Ayan. So, and IMG have established partnership with the biggest companies in the financial industry po. And we are able to help actually millions na po of associates para matulungan yung kanilang mga pamilya. All right? Just like what I said, tignan niyo po, ang IMG po ay was able to, through its 30M by 30 financial literacy campaign, ay nakapag-educate na po ng 10 million Filipino families. And it's still counting because now, as we are talking, ayan na po, ganyan na po kadami. 10 million and actually even more than this. Kasi syempre, kagabi ko pa po yan tinignan. Alright, so congratulations to all the IMG members na nandito who continue to campaign and protect families. Ayan, naka-reach na naman po tayo ng another milestone. Okay? So, ayan, malayo pa tayo sa 30 million, pero pagtutulungan natin at maaabot din po natin yan. And of course, yung mga nandito po ngayon ay pwede na rin pong maging kasama sa counter na yan. So, ibigay niyo po yung mga details niyo po doon sa mga nag-invite sa inyo at isasali na po namin kayo dyan. Congratulations po. Okay. So ano ba yung nakita niyong hawak-hawak ni Senator Tulfo kanina, yung napaka-powerful po na book. So yung lahat po ng pinapag-aralan namin po dito sa IMG ay hindi naman po galing kung saan-saan lang. We are basing it on a very powerful book po. Ayan. Kaya may kamay dyan para makita niyo kung gaano siya kaliit. But it's really a very powerful po na book yan. The book, The Secret to Saving and Building Your Future, Become Your Own Financial Educator. Ayan po. Alam niyo ba kung bakit napaka-powerful yung book na to? It's because iba-iba man po ang mga financial struggles po natin ay I'm sure in one way or another makaka-relate po tayo dito sa mga learnings na meron dito sa book na to. Like for instance, kasi this book is halos lahat na ng mga problema natin with regards money po ay nandito. Why? Kunwari, yung chapter 1, hindi makaipon kasi maraming responsibilidad. Ayan, mababasa po natin yan sa chapter 1. And kung meron naman pong nakakaranas sa inyo ng yung mga elderly family members po natin, mga kapatid natin o mga parents po natin na nagkakasakit pero wala pong healthcare, meron pong discussion yan sa chapter 2. Yung chapter 3 naman po, yung single parents na natatakot, syempre lahat naman tayo actually, pero much more yung takot ng mga single parents. Kasi syempre single parents nga sila, so wala silang mga partner na pwedeng mag-back up sa kanila in case na mawala sila. So, pag kinuha sila ni Lord, anong mangyayari sa mga anak nila? 'Di ba? Ayan, sa chapter 3 meron akong single mom na may twins and I told her to get a copy para meron siyang basis para at least meron siyang alam mo yon, I really admire her. She's a very strong person. Pero syempre, kailangan natin matutunan anong gagawin natin kung sakaling mawala tayo, right? So chapter po naman, pag marami kang utang, ako marami pa. Pero I'm working on it. So kung maraming utang, ayan, chapter 4 po ang makakatulong sa atin. Chapter 5, biglang nawalan ng trabaho pagkakakitaan nung pandemic po, di ba? 2 years or even now, actually, marami pa rin ang nawawalan ng trabaho as an effect of the pandemic. Ayan, chapter 5 po, meron tayo niyan. Di makaipon kahit gaano kung mo gusto. Kasi alam ko, karamihan sa atin, alam natin na importante ang mag-ipon. Pero bakit hindi tayo makaipon-ipon? Ayan, chapter 6 po. May ipon sa bank, pero maliit ang kita. Bakit? Aalamin po natin yan sa chapter 7. Ayan, nag-aaway ang magkakamag-anak dahil sa mana. Ayan, bago pa man po mag-away-away yung mga yan, gawan nyo na po ng paraan. Ayan, nasa chapter 8 po yan. And hinahanap ang purpose sa buhay. Ayan, kung may mga instances po na medyo parang, ay, ano nga bang, parang kinukasyon natin, bakit nga ba ako nandito? Ano bang purpose ko? Ganyan, nasa chapter 9 po. Yan, usually yung mga plain housewives, mga ganyan, mga senior citizens, medyo may mga nagmumuni-muni about the purpose of life. Yan po sa chapter 9 nga po. Um, But then of course, hindi naman po natin pwedeng buklatin bawat pahina yan, although every page po talaga ay napakaraming learnings. Pero ano, papasilipin ko po kayo. So dun sa introduction po, it says, when it comes to securing and saving their future, many good people fail. Many working people fail. Many smart people fail. Many young people fail. Many old people fail. Many teachers, engineers, and doctors fail. Bakit? Many end up retiring without enough savings. Bakit itong mga taong to nagpe-fail? These people don't set out to fail. They do because they fail to plan and manage their personal finances. Siyempre, sino ba naman yung gustong mag-fail, di po ba? Pero yon, meron lang tayong konting kakulangan. And the kakulangan na yan actually is usually sa financial education po natin. So, ayan. So, ano pang sinasabi sa introduction? So, meron daw tayong prevailing mindset about money. Ayan. Many people believe that financial education is only for the wealthy. Many people think that the only solution to financial challenges is to borrow money. Ayan, kung meron tayong mga pangangailangan, usually ang unang-unang pumapasok, and let's be honest po, di ba? Um, ang unang-unang usually na pumapasok sa mga isipan natin, ay, kanino kaya ako hihiram? Kanino kaya ako maglo-loan? Saan kaya ako pwedeng mag-loan? Ayan, kaya yung mga teachers, I know that for uh, based on my personal experience because my mom, ano po, teacher din po siya sa Pilipinas for 27 years and alam ko po na mga teachers talagang sungki sila ng mga loan. Usually, yung mga sahod nila or even the 13-month pay, ayan, yung mga magsa-13-month pay, sana dumapo lang naman kahit papaano sa mga kamay niyo po yung 13-month pay. Pero usually, naisasanla na rin yan, di ba? So, yan. So, one of the greatest discoveries of the 20th century is that you can change your life, sabi nga, by changing the way you think. Yan, yung sinabi ko kanina sa introduction, na kung ano yung laging-lagi mong nilalagay sa isip mo, yun ang mag-a-affect sa yung thinking, sa yung eventually sa behavior mo. Ayan. And of course, Filipinos, napaka ano natin, meron tayong tinatawag na learned helplessness. 'Di ba sa psychology, yung learned helplessness, yung parang after a person has experienced a stressful situation na paulit-ulit natututunan niyang maging helpless. Yun. And parang na-accept na lang niya hanggang ganun na lang yung kanyang buhay na eto na yun. Eto na ang kahihinatnan ng buhay niya. Kaya hindi na siya nagpupursige na baguhin yun, di ba? So dapat we continue na mag-seek ng opportunities para mabago yung thinking na yan, na para mabago yung ating mindset na yan. Okay? So ano pang sinasabi sa introduction? Ayan, you can also hear stories of OFWs, ayan, na they would actually invest in businesses for their families in the Philippines to manage. Pero ano nangyayari? Like for instance, maganda naman actually ito kasi nga initially business nga talaga naman yan. And kaya lang ang nangyayari is pagkabigay ng puhunan, pati yung let's say ang business na inumpisahan nila is like let's say bumili sila ng jeepney na pampasahero ganyan. Eventually, ang nangyayari is pati ba naman pagpa-vulcanize na, pati maintenance, pati gas and everything else kay OFW din iaasa. Di ba nga supposedly may earning from that business already. So ang nangyayari nagiging ano nagiging dependent lahat sa OFW. So, ang nangyayari naman sa OFW, sad to say, nakakalimutan din nila yung kani-kanilang mga sarili. So, 20, 30 years na nagtatrabaho sila abroad, nagsasakripisyo na mapawalay sa mga families, and yet they end up also without savings na kahit para sa mga sarili lang sana nila, na pag-uwi nila after 30 long years na pag-work, meron silang mahuhugot para sa mga needs din nila pag tumanda na sila when they cannot work anymore. Pero hindi. Dahil lahat ng income nila during their active years ay naipapadala nila sa mga families nila sa Pilipinas. Yan. So, itong campaign na to, itong book na to is actually also telling us na ang ating campaign is also mission-oriented. So ano ba yung pinaka-mission ng campaign natin? It's to help create wealth for families. And we don't want any family to be left behind. So lahat po ng families gusto namin maisama dito sa mission na to. But it's not only, hindi lang po yung pag-create ng wealth for families, di ba? Kasi ang nakakatakot po minsan, pag meron tayong wealth, kung meron tayong pera, minsan, imbes na mapabuti yung buhay natin, ay lalo tayong napapariwara. Especially yung mga anak natin na walang proper guidance, ganyan. So, our mission, it's not only to create wealth. We want to with that wealth, we want to create a difference, a good difference sa mga families na ito na tinutulungan at ine-educate namin. And again, sabi ko nga po, yung kagustuhan namin na mai-share ito is wala pong sinisino, lahat po. Because the vision of this also is that everyone is able to learn what the wealthy are earning and bringing the secrets of the wealth to people, to all. Kasi nga po, bakit to all? Again, because now, regardless kung ano ka pa man, kung ano pang pinag-aralan mo, kung ano pang estado mo sa buhay, lahat po tayo ay may kinakaharap na challenging future. Ano tong challenging future na to? Uncertain labor market, di ba? Parami yung mga automation po sa ating mga industries. Like for instance, si Jollibot, kung narinig nyo na po about Jollibot, yung instead na service crew, usually 'di ba ang service crew sa Jollibee or sa McDonald's, mga service restaurants, fast food restaurants na yan, usually mga working students. Pero ngayon pinapalitan na sila ng mga robot. So, saan pa sila kukuha ng extra income nila para madagdagan yung pampaaral nila sa kanilang mga sarili, 'di ba? Low savings and high debt. Ayan, sorry po. Debt po dapat yan, DEBT. Ayan. So, marami sa atin, especially merong actually study sa Pilipinas na only 2% of the retirees po ang may happy retirement. So, ibig sabihin po, 98 of them are not happy and do not have comfortable retirement. Bakit? Ano nangyayari sa kanila? Some of them are still like, if I'm not mistaken, 23% are still working. So, despite na may mga nararamdaman na sila sa kanilang kasukasuan, ay nag-work pa rin po. Na kahit hirap na sila sa kanilang physical na pangangatawan, ay nagtatrabaho pa din. Bakit? Kasi walang ibang magtatrabaho para sa kanila at saka sa kanilang mga family. Yung iba naman po dyan ay nakadepend sa mga charities. Like, ito yung mga nakita natin na pag may mga bigayan ng ayuda, nagsisiksikan na regardless kung mainit, umuulan, bumabagyo, yun yung schedule ng bigayan ng ayuda. So, nandun sila kasi nakadepend sila sa mga charities. Yung iba naman ay nakadepend sa mga sa mga anak nila. And this one, yung pagdepend natin sa mga anak natin is somehow permittable by our culture, our Filipino culture. Kasi nasanay tayo na pag tumanda yung parents, ay tayo naman yung mag-aalaga since sila yung nag-alaga sa atin noon. Oo, nandun na ako, mahal natin yung family natin. Kaya closely knitted ang Filipino families. Pero sana maintindihan natin na yung mga anak natin, especially yung mga nagsisimula na rin sa kanilang mga pamilya, ay may mga responsibilidad na rin sa kanilang mga anak, for instance. So, kung ikaw na parent at ikaw ay nakikipag-agawan pa sa atensyon ng anak mo, especially in terms of mga financial needs. Like for instance, kailangan mo ng gamot, kailangan mo na ng sad to say, kailangan mo na ng diaper. Ano 'yun, aagawin mo yung pambili ng anak mo ng pambili niya ng diaper ng anak niya or ng pambili niya ng gatas ng anak niya, 'di ba? Alam ko mahal tayo ng mga anak natin, but then of course, wag natin sanang ilagay yung mga anak natin sa ganong sitwasyon. Kung yung mga parents natin ngayon ay ganun tayo, pagpasensyahan na lang natin because of course, they were not taught otherwise. Pero ngayon, kayo po na nandito sa webinar na 'to at naririnig niyo ito, sana wag na natin, hayaan na ganun po yung mangyari, okay? So, high cost of education, of course, alam natin na every year tumataas and never pa ako nakarinig na bumaba ang cost of education. And this is regardless kung nasaan ka man, sa abroad man. Although sa abroad may mga free yung mga education nila, but then of course may mga kailangan pa rin naman ibang expenses. So lahat po 'yan tumataas. So paghandaan natin. Anyway, yung college naman po is hindi agad-agad. Hindi naman pagkalabas ng baby sa sinapupunan natin ay magka-college na. No, 'di ba? So meron tayong time na mag-prepare para sa kanila. And of course, dapat alalahanin natin na kung lalo na kung may pangarap yung mga anak natin at hindi natin naibigay yung mga pangarap na yon, ay makakasama yun sa kanilang damdamin at sa atin din dahil siyempre 'di ba, pinanganak natin 'yan, responsibilidad natin 'yan at, siyempre gusto natin sana maibigay yung mga pangarap nila. Pero kung hindi tayo maghahanda para sa lahat ng 'yan, ay siyempre hindi nga natin maibibigay 'yan. Increasing cost of living, ayan, pamahal po ng pamahal yung mga bilihin, 'di po ba? 'Yan, maha-high blood ka na daw sa karne karne, hindi lang sa pag kinain mo kundi pagbili mo palang ma-high blood ka na dahil sa taas ng, ng presyo. Okay, so what should we do with this challenging future? But actually, it's no longer a future because these things ay nangyayari na sa ngayon. So ibig sabihin kailangan harapin na natin 'yan sa ngayon, 'di po ba? So ano po ba ang dapat natin gawin? Let's be our own money manager. Ano bang ibig sabihin 'yan? So we have to understand how money works and make money work for you. Ano 'yon? So dapat itong dalawang concepts na 'to, dapat daw magkasama 'yan. Hindi puwedeng ma-understand mo kung papaano mag-work yung pera, pero wala ka namang pera na magwo-work. In the same way, hindi rin puwede na may money ka na mag-work for you, pero hindi mo naman naintindihan kung papaano. Why? I'll just give you one example po. Ano, for instance, yung mga accountants, but not all of course, hindi ko po nila lahat, pero yung mga accountants generally, of course, alam natin na sila ay nag-aral, pinag-aralan nila kung papaano yung ah, pera, ayan, nag-exam pa nga sila, di po ba? Pero kung mag-i-stay sila as an employee, ordinary employee in a certain bank, for instance, at hindi sila nagtabi ng pera na magwo-work para sa kanila when the time comes na hindi na sila pwedeng mag-work. So, ano mangyayari sa kanila? Wala rin sila, mag-e-end din sila na walang savings for themselves. So, ganon. So, if hindi mo naintindihan kung paano pagsabayin yung dalawang yan, you for sure, you will end up working for money or all your life. Pero pag naintindihan mo po yan, money will work for you and you will be part of the 2% na sinabi ko kanina na with happy retirement. Ayan. So how to become an own money manager po ba? Meron lang pong 4 key financial concepts yan. So solid financial foundation, X-curve concept, rule of 72 at saka abundance formula. At lahat po yan, of course, sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang aming pinag-aralan ay based sa book na ito. So lahat po ng concepts na yan ay meron dyan. And in fact nga yung unang-unang concept natin, which is building a solid financial foundation, ay nasa cover na po ng book natin. So ayun, yung hagdan-hagdan na makikita po ninyo, it means na meron po tayong priorities na dapat sundan. And building a solid financial foundation actually is just like building a regular house, 'di ba? Pag nag-build po tayo ng bahay natin, hindi naman po natin pwedeng unahin yung bubungan. Kailangan mauna yung pundasyon, but not just any foundation. It has to be a strong solid financial foundation po. And para masigurado po natin na solid ang financial foundation natin, we have to start with healthcare, which means that ang tanong po dyan actually is that may magagamit ka ba pagka nagkasakit ka? Yes, because healthcare is the one that you need to have first and foremost para magkaroon ka ng proper healthcare coverage, especially in the event na magkakaroon ka na ng mga health problems or sickness. Meron pong dalawang klase ang healthcare actually, the short term and the long term. Yung short term po is the one na merong pwedeng ibigay, not every companies actually, kasi I work here in the States for 5 years pero wala po kaming healthcare. I work in a private company pero unfortunately you have to pay for your own healthcare. Ayan. Pero kung meron pong naibibigay yung company nyo, you are so blessed. Dahil yan, libre yan na ibibigay ng companies nyo. But then of course, at the time po na mag-retire ka, mag-resign, or much more kung ma-terminate ka, wala na po yan. Hindi mo na po yan madadala. So, yun po yung short health care. Pero meron po tayong tinatawag na long-term healthcare, at yun po ang pinakamagandang pag-isipan niyo po ngayon. Because especially like for instance, kung merong ibinibigay na healthcare yung companies nyo, pwede nyo nang umpisahan yung long-term healthcare because that would be the one na sasalo sa inyo once na nag-retire na po kayo from your job. So, ibig sabihin, pag nag-retire na kayo, meron pa rin kayong healthcare coverage, and that would be the long term. Pero bakit pag-iisipan mo na ngayon? Kasi nga, at least now, meron ka pang nagagamit na healthcare na libre, and pwede mo nang punduhan yung long-term healthcare mo. And of course, kailangan ngayon mo na pag-isipan because at that time, kung later mo pa pag-iisipan yan, baka hindi na yan po pwede sa'yo at hindi ka na eligible because of course, medyo matanda ka na noon or baka meron ka ng sakit noon. Syempre, hindi naman lahat ng healthcare companies bibigyan ka ng healthcare plan kung lalo na kung meron ka ng mga sakit-sakit na malala. Okay? But I will be telling you later na meron, kahit may pre-existing ka, ay meron healthcare. And that's a very good news for those na meron ng nararamdaman sa ngayon. So, wag po kayong mawawalan ng pag-asa. Okay? So, ayun. Second one is, may protection ka ba sa sarili mo at sa pamilya mo? Ano po ba yon? You must have a proper protection or life insurance in the event of premature death. Ito po, wag nating katakutan. I know, marami sa atin, especially mga Filipinos, ang takot na takot pag-usapan ang life insurance. Because of course, medyo naman talagang kaakibat nun yung usapang kamatayan. But then, if sasabihin nyo sa akin ngayon na mahal na mahal nyo ang mga families nyo ngayon, the more that you should get yourself a life insurance, a protection. Because that pagmamahal na sinasabi nyo, ipagpapatuloy po niya ni life insurance. And we will be discussing more on that later on. But then, sasabihin ko lang na bakit yun ang sinasabi ko. Because at the moment na premature death ka, ibig sabihin na wala ka sa anytime, ganyan. Itong life insurance mo ang magsisilbing instant money mo na magagamit ng mga anak mo or to sustain yung lifestyle na isinanay mo sa kanila, diba? And of course, all the other responsibilities and liabilities na maiiwan mo. Okay? So ano yung third? Dapat daw, wala ka bang utang? Ang tanong, wala ka bang utang? Ako meron. Marami pa. But I'm working on that. So, ano ba ang dapat kasi? Dapat i-manage na daw natin yung mga bad debts natin. Bakit ko kina-qualify na bad debts? Kasi meron po rin tayong tinatawag na good debt. Ano ba yon? For example po, humiram tayo ng pang-start up ng business natin, and that business, of course, assuming na that business is able to bring us return of investment. So may income from that business na iniutang natin. So ibig sabihin, yung utang natin na yon is a good debt. Yan. Pero ang bad debt po, example lang po ha, pero wala pa akong pinapatamaan. Pero kung kunwari si kumare ang nagpadebo, at ikaw ay feeling mo din, rich ka. Or, gusto mo hindi ka nasasapawan ni neighbor, ganyan. Gusto mo magdedebo din yung anak mo, kahit sad to say, hindi pala na kaya ng ating budget. So, uutang ka ngayon for that para lang alam mo yung masabi na, hindi ka natalo o hindi ka nasapawan ni kumare. So, yan yung bad debt. I'm not really actually against any, celebrations. If you can, why not, 'di ba? Pero kung iutang mo pa rin, 'wag na because in the long run, ikaw din or yung mga anak mo din yung magsa-suffer, 'di ba? So, medyo mag-isip-isip po tayo. Kung gusto mo talagang magpa-depo, eh, 18 years naman 'yan, 'di ba? So, 18 years mag-ano ka na, magtabi-tabi ka na ng konti-konti para pagdating ng 18 years, eh, meron ka na talagang pampa-depo, 'di okey. And fourth, of course, is may magagamit ka ba in case of emergencies? Eto, marami po sa atin ang litong-lito kung ano ba talaga ang ibig sabihin ng emergencies. Ang emergencies po ay sudden and urgent need. Ayan, yung college po, sabi ko nga kanina, hindi naman po urgent yan. Hindi naman po sudden yan. Kasi 18 year, anong age ba tayo nagsisimula sa college? 16 or 18 years pa naman bago magsimula yan. So it's not really an emergency. Yung panganganak actually hindi rin po yan emergency, 'di ba? May 9 months naman po kung full term tayo, 'di ba? Pero dapat talaga meron tayong pang-emergency pag buntis po tayo because even when we are expecting it to be full term 9 months, may mga instances po na sana naman hindi. May mga instances na mas maaga or magkaroon ng komplikasyon na sana naman nga po hindi. So, but then again, 'di ba? We don't want to take the risk. So, dapat daw meron tayong emergency fund and ang sinasabi actually is 3 to 6 months of your total expenses. Pero learning from our experience po sa pandemic, 'di ba? 2 years. And even now, until now, marami pa rin po yung nakaka-experience ng ripple effect ng pandemic. So dapat at least 2 years, hindi lang 3 to 6 months ang dapat na naitatabi natin for our emergencies. And the last one is investment para sa future goals. Now, medyo may namamali sa atin when it comes to investment kasi whenever we get the chance na magkaroon tayo ng malaking pera, ang inuuna natin usually is investment. Pero dito po sa atin, itinuturo po na it's only when na-manage na po natin lahat nung mga apat na yan, lang tayo pwedeng magkaroon ng karapatan na mag-invest. Bakit? Kasi po, kahit may investment ka, kung wala kang health protection at kung wala kang healthcare, kung wala kang protection, kung hindi mo na manage yung mga utang mo at saka wala kang emergency funds, isang sakit lang po, mawawala na yung investment. Sad to say. Like for instance, nagkasakit si bunso, walang healthcare si bunso, wala kang o kaya namatay ka, wala kang life insurance. Saan kukuha yung family mo ng pangsustento o ano nang tawag doon, yung 'pag na-hospital ka, saan kukuha yung family mo, 'di ba? Siyempre kung investment lang ang meron ka, maipapabenta yan ng murang-mura dahil emergency. Yun na yung tinatawag na talagang emergency dahil urgent ang need mo, 'di ba? So, minsan ang nakakalungkot pa nga actually is that yung mga tao naman na iba, since alam nila na gipit ka, gigipitin ka pa lalo. So, lalong ibabagsak yung presyo ng investment mo. So, wala na. Luging-lugi ka na. Mas mababa na yung mapagbebentahan mo dun sa actual na pinambili mo. Wala ka pang ano. 'Di ba? When you bought it, parang iniisip mo magkakaroon ka ng earning diyan sa investment mo. But now, nalugi ka pa. Less than what amount pa ang nakuha mo, 'di ba? Yung I was looking for the word deposit sa hospital kung just in case lang na may family tayo na magka-emergency, 'di ba? So, 'yan, we have to build a solid financial foundation and we have to build it right from the ground up. Hindi po pwedeng mula sa taas pababa. All right? So, X-curve concept nasa chapter 1 po 'yan ng book natin, of course, and this X-curve concept is really a very good representation po ng buhay natin actually. So, ayan, makikita niyo po yung dalawang linya, the blue line and the red line. Yung blue line po is what we call the money line. So, at the beginning of our active life, yan, pag nagsisimula pa lang po tayo sa ating active income, eh syempre wala pa po tayong savings. Meron namang instances na kunwari yung mga ipinanganak na mayaman, ganyan, agad-agad mataas yung kanilang money line. But then again, just like what I've said kanina, kung hindi po natin alam na i-manage yan, eventually mawawala din yan. Kaya kailangan maintindihan po natin, alright? So normally, pag nagsisimula pa lang tayo sa ating active life, wala pa tayong savings yan. Pero of course, yung goal po natin is mapataas ito at magkaroon ng big savings eventually. Pero minsan, yung pagtaas ng money line na 'to ay ah, nahihinder nung isang linya pa, which is the responsibility line. Ano ba yung responsibility line? These are our responsibilities like food, shelter, clothing, education, health, debts, loans. Ayan. And of course, ang goal naman ng red line na 'to is mapababa natin. Hindi po puwedeng mawala dahil even during our old age, meron pa rin naman po tayong responsibilities like food, shelter, clothing, ganyan. Although, ang assumption po is by this time na nasa old age na tayo, tapos na yung mga anak natin for the education and other things. Pero again, may kilala ako na sad to say na tapos na yung mga anak, pero yung mga apo naman, yung mga apo-apo, ay my God, talagang hindi matatapos yung kanyang responsibility line, di ba? Hindi bababa yan ever. Syempre, yung kanyang money, hindi rin tumataas. Paano naman na siya pagdating ng panahon na maging, hindi na siya wala na siyang active income, di ba? So, anong mangyayari sa kanya? Kawawa naman siya. Usually, ang senaryo na yan ay yung mga OFWs. Kaya kung may kakilala kayong mga OFWs, ganyan, tignan niyo po kung anong nangyayari sa buhay natin. Okay? So, if nandito pa lang po tayo sa active, dito sa young self natin, di ba? And we still have a very big or high responsibility, what if meron pwedeng mangyari actually and we as much as possible, we don't even want to think about it. Ayaw nating isipin, but it could happen. Kaya if we die at this time of our lives, paano po yung responsibilities natin? Saan kukuha ng pangkain ng mga pamilya natin? Saan kukuha ng pambayad ng bahay kung nangungupahan tayo? Kung naka-loan, meron tayong mortgage, paano nila matatapos yun, di ba? Paano yung pag-aaral ng mga anak natin? Meron ka po bang protection para sa kanila? Meron ka po bang instant money na pwedeng tumulong sa kanila once na ikaw ay mawala at wala na yung active income mo? And what if you get to the old age mo naman na let's say meron ka ng mga nararamdaman and all, syempre hindi mo na rin kayang mag-work at this time. So kung may mga medical needs ka, mga maintenance needs ka, saan ka kukuha? Kukuha ka sa anak mo. And sabi ko nga kanina, yung anak mo meron na rin siyang sariling mga responsibilities. Ayun, maging burden ka ba sa family mo? Do you have, so the question now is, do you have something to protect yourself? Do you have investments to help yourself survive and have a comfortable life? Are you living on interest? Ayan, yun yung mga question na dapat tinatanong na po natin. Because these two lines, dapat they have to meet somewhere. And kung anong age na po tayo ngayon, tignan natin kung nasaan na po tayo. Are we still here on the part na, kasi this is not really dependent on age alone naman itself, 'di ba? Kung kaya na natin mapababa yung money line, mapababa yung responsibility line natin at mapataas yung money line natin even when we are still very young. Kasi sabi ko nga parang ayoko naman i-imply na it's only when we get old that we can get our money line up. We can if we know what to do, okay? We can earn passive income even when we are still very young if we know what to do. Yan. So dapat it's really a matter of kung anong alam natin gawin. Okay? So ayan. And next concept is actually the chapter 6, the rule of 72. Ayan. Kaya po siya tinawag na rule of 72 kasi yung 72 is a constant number. I-divide mo daw po yan sa interest rate and that will give you yung number niyan, that would give you the number equals the number of years it's going to take to double your money. So let's have an example. So let's say meron po tayong 10,000. Ayan. ano po, heads up, I don't like math, but when I learned about the 72 rule of 72, compounding interest, mga ganyan, aba, very exciting pala ang math. Okay, so let's say 10,000 with 1%. Anong institutions ba usually yung nabibigay ng 1%? Let's just take bank for an example. Pero actually, ang katotohanan is they only give like 0.25, mga ganyan. So less than 1%. Pero sabi ko nga, mahirap sa akin, mahirap mag-compute. So 1% na lang muna for now, okay? So 72 divided by the rate of interest, ano yung uh, um, amount na makukuha natin? 72 divided by 1% because that's the rate of interest. That would give us, of course, 72 years. Let's say 30 years old po tayong lahat ngayon. Yay! Yung mga bumata dyan matutuwa. So 30 years old po tayo ngayon. So i-add mo yung nakuha natin na 72 years. Ibig sabihin po, 102 years old tayo bago maging 20,000 yung 10,000 natin. Bago dumoble yung 10,000 natin into 20,000. Wow! Congratulations! Pero 102, oh, are you sure? Maabot po natin yan. I hope, I hope. Kasi meron naman talagang nakakaabot yan. But then, yung pera natin na 20,000, may value pa kaya na noon pagdating natin ng 102,000, di ba? So, let's put this further. And sabi ko nga kanina, we need to know how money works. And this is how it works. So, it's, kunwari, 30 years old ulit tayo, meron tayong 4%. Yan. So, 72 divided by 4 equals 18. Let's say meron ulit tayong 100,000. So, we are all 30 years old, remember? So, anong gagawin natin? 30 plus the 18 years, yung 72 divided by 4, di ba 18 yon? So, i-add mo yun dun sa current age mo na 30. Ibig sabihin, at the age of 48, ayan, 200,000 yung pera natin. So, let's say blessed pa tayo with another 18 years. So 66 tayo. That means magiging magdodoble pa ulit one more time yung ating pera, which is now 400,000. Wow! So okay na ba yan for retirement? Sadly, no. According to a study po, at least 1.6 million for a couple daw po to have a convenient, I'm not sure if it's, happy, but at least a little bit of convenient na retirement. So, based on that study, ibig sabihin yung 400,000 natin is not enough for a couple. Okay? So, let's say meron namang 8%. So, again, 72 divided by 8 equals 9. So, instead of 18, 9 years na lang for our 100,000 to double. So, 30 years old po tayo, right? I-add mo yung 9 years na nakuha natin. So, 39 years old, magiging 200,000. Another 9 years, 48 years old na tayo, maging 400,000. Ayan, meron pang isa. 9 years para, oh no, 2 more. 2 more 9 years bago mag-66. And that's when we get to 1.6. Yay! Pwede na, di ba? Sabi ko dun sa study, 1.6. Pwede na for a couple to, retire. But what if? Pero basic lang po yan, di po ba? And dun sa study na yon, ang kinumpute po actually is 50 pesos per meal. Magkano na lang yung nabibili ng 50 pesos ngayon, di ba? So, pwede na, pero baka naman hindi masyadong komportable yung retirement ngayon. So, what if we have another one? Another vehicle with 12%. So again, 72 divided by 12 equals 6. So yung 100% 100,000 natin at 30 years old, ilang 6 years po meron tayo? Ayan. And at the age of 66, 6.4 million po ang inabot nung same value ng pera natin, which is 100,000. Same age din po tayo. Remember, 30 years old tayo nag-umpisa. So, if pamimiliin ka po, 8, 4, 12% ang pupuntahan mo, of course, I'm sure, you would go for 12%. And again, ang 4%, ang usually nagbibigay niyan is the bank. Ang 8% usually would be the government funds, bond funds, and yung 12% is the mutual fund. Okay, I'm not against the banks. banks are really good, especially for emergencies, kasi instantly liquid yan eh. Agad-agad na withdraw natin. But then look, yung 4% mo, kunwari, yung bank naman, yung pera mong 100,000, hindi naman yan mag-i-stay sa bank. They would look for a vehicle, kasi marunong si bank, remember? They would look for a vehicle that would give them a yield of higher than the 4%. So, kung yung 100%, 100,000 mo nilagay ni bank dun sa 12%, magkano yung ma-yield na na amount? 6.4. So kung ikaw ito, pera mo yung 100,000 na nilagay niya dito ha. So ibabalik ngayon ni bank yung 400,000 sa'yo. And of course, saan pupunta yung 6 million? Sa kanya, di ba? Pero hindi ka po niloko ni bank. Because the moment you signed your contract na actually sinigned mo ng many, many times, not just once, pumirma ka na you would be given 4%. Ayan. So, yan po makikita natin na when you invest, you are buying the day that you don't have to work. Yung 6 million na pera po na yan, it's actually equal to 30 years of someone who earns 200,000 per year. Yung 30 years mo na yan po, kung i-allot mo na lang with your family, spend it with your family. Di ba ang sarap? Di ba? So, kung marunong ka talaga, may lamang ka. So let's say, yung sinabi ko rin kanina na compounding interest, yung kinompute po natin kanina is the basic computation po, ano? But if you talk about compounding interest, yung interest ng pera mo, nag-i-interest din. So that's what we call the compounding interest. And according to Lolo Einstein, yung compounding interest is the most powerful force in the universe. So, yan. So ano bang ibig sabihin kasi niyan? For instance, may monthly savings ka na 1,000. Of course, we know that there could be an annual interest of 4, 8, 10, and 12. So ayan, tignan mo. Let's go straight to 12, of course, right? Bakit mo papapansinin si 4 kung meron namang 12, right? So yung 12%, yung 1,000 mo, in 30 years, mayroon ka ng 3.5 million. Ganyan ka-powerful si compounding interest. Pero, wow, 30 years. Para ang tagal. Ilang taon ka na ngayon? Ilang taon ka na po nag-work sa work mo ngayon? Meron ka na po bang 3.5 million? Dapat, if ever more than 30 years, mas malaki na dapat dyan kung marunong ka. Pero kung wala ka pa niyan, edi mag-isip-isip ka na, anong nangyari? Di ba? Or, wag na natin sabihin 3.5. Let's say, after 20 years, after 10 or 20 years of working, magkano na pong savings mo? Meron po ba? Kung meron, congratulations. Pero kung wala, mag-isip na po. Okay? Pero kung, what's the term? Kung hindi ka, sa 3.5 million at saka kung 30 years, nag-aalanganin ka dyan, bakit hindi mo gawing 5,000 yung monthly savings mo? So, if it's 5,000 at 12%, instead of 3.5 million, look at the difference, 17.6 million na kaagad. Okay. So again, if you don't have any savings yet at this time, what happened? Ito siguro yung what happened. So, yung sa chapter 6 po, saving the right way. Ayan. Siguro, kung wala pa po tayong savings at this time, ibig sabihin, there is something wrong with the formula. Baka kasi yung formula natin is the old formula pa na bago dumating, di ba, nililista natin yung mga expenses natin. So, bago pa man dumating si sweldo, naalat na natin lahat-lahat. And usually, sinasabi natin na kung whatever maiwan ay magsisave ako. Kaso walang naiiwan. So, ano nangyayari? Wala ring savings. So, there must be something wrong with the formula, alright? And of course, here, meron tayong tinatawag na abundance formula na tinuro din ni Brother Bo Sanchez. And what is this? Ibig sabihin nito is that yung 100% income natin, dapat daw magbawas tayo ng 10% tithes. Now, regardless kung anong religious denomination po tayo, yung 10%, basta, it's something that you give back to, like for me, ang philosophy ko is that whatever I get, whatever I receive, which is the 100%, is my gift from God. And whatever I give to others is my gift to God. So, yun na rin po. Pwede rin naman po na sa church, pwede rin po sa ibang tao na nangangailangan natin ibigay yung 10%. It's up to you. And after that, sabi niya ng abundance formula is that we give 20% for ourselves. Ayan, yan ang nakakalimutan ng karamihan. Sino po ba yung nagpapakahirap makuha yung 100%? Hindi po ba tayo? Deserve naman po natin yung 20%. Okay, minsan alam na natin yan, kaya lang mali pa din yung pinaglalagyan natin ng 20% na yan. Yung 20% na yan po, hindi po yan pang happy-happy, instant, or painting the town red na sinasabi na pagkakuha ng sweldo, ay, ako naman naghirap magtrabaho, ayan, party-party, ganyan, okay lang mag-party-party, pero wag nating ubusan yung 20% natin. So, mainly, ang dapat napuntahan yan is yung tinatawag natin na pay yourself first. Ayan, madali lang naman actually um, gawing habit yung pagsisave. Kasi sabi sa psychology, there's only an average of 66 days daw for a new habit to become, for a new behavior to become automatic or habit nga. Yung kahit hindi mo na iniisip, nangyayari na. Bakit? Kasi paulit-ulit mong ginagawa. So, may 3 hours lang daw yan. Reminder, routine, reward. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin yung reminder, ano ba yung rason bakit ako magsisave? Ayan, dito sa IMG, napakagaling natin mag-educate tungkol dyan kasi meron tayong tinatawag na why. Ano yung rason mo bakit ka nagsisave? Ano yung rason mo bakit ka nag-join ng IMG? Ano ba yung goal mo? Ayan, usually families natin yung why natin. And routine, gawin mo lang. So, yun nga, sabi ko, 66 days. So, and of course, you have to start with day 1, and then day 2, day 3, ganyan. And then pag naabot mo yung 66 days na laging yun ang ginagawa mo, that would already become the routine. And the reward, of course, is you will feel good about yourself. And of course, you will be able to um, achieve your whatever goals na you have, whatever dreams that you have for yourself and your family. Ayan, 3 R's, reminder, routine, reward. Ayan. So, dapat daw ganyan. And of course, pag na-compute mo na yan, 100 minus 10 minus 20 is 70%. Ibig sabihin yung 70% daw ang ilalaan natin ngayon for our expenses. Bakit? Paano yun mangyayari? Kung 100% na kulang, 70%. Yes, mapwede po yan dahil gagawin po natin. Okay? Kung gusto, may paraan. Kung ayaw, ewan ko na lang. Di po ba? Alright, ano ba yung 12% kanina na sinasabi ko? Eto po, yung mutual fund. And congratulations sa lahat ng new members. If you haven't realized po, you are already an automatic investor sa mutual fund natin once you join IMG. And aside from that, meron na rin pong ibinibigay yung IMG na 1,000 initial investment po. Ayan, di ba? So, yung 6,000 natin kung Philippine Code na membership, ibabalik ka agad yung 1,000 natin para makapag-umpisa na tayo. Kasi alam ni IMG na minsan, yung pag-uumpisa ang pinakamahirap. Ayan. And of course, paano ba yung mag-work yung mutual fund natin? So, lahat po ng IMG members are already considered investors sa mutual fund. So, lahat ng pera natin, siyempre yung mga 1,000 natin, iipunin niya ni fund manager, yung pool na money natin yan, ipunin niya at i-invest sa mga blue chip companies. Bakit sila tinatawag na blue chips? They are already institutions sa financial industry. Ayan, si Metrobank, PPI, mga ganyan, di ba? Si Jollibee nandyan din. So once you are member of IMG, you're already investor of Jollibee. Ayan. So, ayan. Tawagin nyo na lahat ng mga kamag-anak nyo. Kain kayo sa Jollibee kasi investor ka na po doon. O, di ba? And then of course, i-diversify po yan ni fund manager. Ibig sabihin po ang diversification, usapang itlog po yan. So, yun, 'di ba yung itlog, kung gusto mong wag mabasag lahat ng itlog mo, wag mong ilalagay sa isang basket lang para if ever lang, but I'm telling you, these are already institution companies, so ibig sabihin there is a very thin chance na malugi yung mga yan. But again, hindi nagpapakasiguro si fund manager na if may chance pa din na malugi yung isa or dalawa, at least may iba pang basket natin. So, hindi po ubos yung itlog natin. Okay? And once na nakapag-generate ng income yan, ibabalik po sa atin lahat-lahat in the same rate. So, for instance, meron nag-invest sa atin ng 500,000, 12% of that would be given to her. And then yung 1,000 mo, kunwari, nag-ano ka pa lang, nag-aaral ka pa lang, or nagsisimula ka pa lang, 1,000 pesos lang yung binigay mo, yung binigay ni IMG, o di 12% din ng 1,000 ang ibabalik sa'yo. Alright? But of course, ayan, we are also encouraged to top up yung ating initial investment. And dito po, 20 pesos pwedeng-pwede na. Alright? So kahit sino po sa atin, kahit mga tindera sa palengke na may 20 pesos, pwede na po dito sa mutual fund po natin. Okay? So mag-invite na po tayo ng mga kakilala po natin. Okay? So ayan, so dito po sa sa IMG, we just don't show you how show you the way. We also give you the solutions to the problems na nakikita po natin. So yung sinabi ko po kanina dun sa X-curve, if you remember, what if you die too soon? Who will take care of your family? Dito po meron tayong solution. So life insurance, which will become your instant money and income replacement. And what if you live too long? Who will take care of you? Ayan. So meron din po tayong investment and long-term care where your money will be working for you. And we are very, very blessed po dito sa IMG. And ito, disclaimer lang po ha, these products are not IMG's products. Wala po tayong product dito sa IMG because ang product lang po natin is education. But may mga nakipag-tie up po sa atin because of their trust in our mission, in our vision. And ito po, isa sa kanila is the Kaiser Ultimate Health Builder that would provide us with 3 of our healthcare with our financial needs, the healthcare, investment, and insurance needs. Kaya po siya tinatawag po namin na 3-in-1 product. And recently, ang pinaka ambassador po natin ngayon is, ayan, si Daniel Padilla. And this is a 3-in-1, just like what I said, because there's an investment which will protect your money, life insurance that will protect your family, and again, we shouldn't forget health care to protect ourselves. Okay, let's see what Daniel Padilla talks about.
Alam niyo ho kasi, sa buhay, may 3 bagay lang na pwedeng mangyari sa atin, whether we like it or not. We either die too soon, live too long, o magkakasakit tayo ng malala. Lahat ng 3 what if na yan, may sagot tayo dyan. If we die too soon, huwag naman po sana, may insurance para sa pamilyang may iiwan. Kung mabubuhay man tayo ng mahabang panahon, may investment yan. At kung magkakasakit man tayo, may healthcare para sa'yo. O, di ba? Wala ka nang puproblemahin. Kaiser, nasa iyo na talaga ang lahat. Puproblemahin.
Ayan. So, nakalimutan ko pala yung isang if pa. So, if you live too long, if you if you die too soon, and if you get sick. Ayan. Thank you, Daniel. Nasa iyo na ang lahat, Daniel. Okay, so let's get to the last closing page of the book. Ayan, anong sabi sa closing page? Take action now. Why? You will always have an excuse. Every excuse is valid, but no matter what your excuse is, one thing is for sure. Next year or tomorrow, you will grow older, and next year, your children will need money for their education. So what should we do po? Become a lifetime member. So ayan, pag Philippine Code 6,000, one-time, lifetime lang po ito. And we only need to pay an accreditation renewal yearly of 1,500. That would ensure us na legitimate yung ating business. Just like, ang pinaka-idea lang naman yan is like a sari-sari store, di ba? A simple sari-sari store business, kailangan mo mag-renew ng business permit every year. And that would already give you a very powerful members portal na available po sa atin anytime, anywhere. And this, I'll show you how the portal looks like. Ito po, makikita ninyo yung mga benefits na po ng members. So, NeuraCash, ayan, yung nagpapa-excite sa mga members natin every week. Ayan. So, ano ba yung NeuraCash? Ito yung pinaka-e-wallet po natin. Diyan po natin makukuha yung mga pinagpaguran natin. Syempre, pag nag-invest ka naman ng iyong effort, meron ka rin naman po makukuha. So, dito po pupunta yan. And of course, we can already pay our dues sa ating mga plans, ganyan, through the NeuraCash. Okay? So, Manila Bankers, ayan, personal accident insurance for Philippine Code, meron tayong up to 300,000 personal accident insurance. Syempre, again, pag sumisipag ka lalo, di lalong tataas din yan. Okay? So, it's up to 300,000. Pero pag pag international code ka po, like me, myself, SMD na po ako, 700,000 na po. Salamat po, IMG. Ayan. So, ayan, nasabi na po natin yung sa Kaiser, yung kay Daniel Padilla. Alright? So, yung Bolt Insurance naman, of course, ito yung mga exclusive discounts natin sa Malayan Insurance, Standard Insurance, Pioneer, mga non-life insurances naman po yan. Marami po tayong makukuhang discounts dyan. And ito, sa asset preservation, sabi nga natin kanina, wag na natin hayaan na mag-away-away yung mga anak natin. Kung meron tayong mga assets, paghandaan na po natin. Ayan, pwede po tayong magpatulong to have a preservation service. Ayan. And CFAP, ito po, napakaganda po, lalo na dyan sa Pilipinas dahil very prone po tayo into calamities. So, meron po tayong 50,000 na pwede nating hiramin without any interest. But of course, meron po tayong konting requirements. Ayan. And sabi nga po nila, if your business is not online, you don't have any business. And of course, kahit mga hindi techie na kagaya ko, meron po tayong tool, the Dominate tool na pwede pong tumulong sa atin para magkaroon tayo ng digital marketing platform. Ayan. And of course, yung IMG po, it's a community that gives back naman sa mga binibigyan tayo ng chance na kung kunwari meron tayong mga foundations, yan, mga groups na gusto natin bigyan, our blessings, pwedeng dito natin ilagay yung 10% tithes natin. Ayan, mamili lang po kayo kung anong foundation ang bigyan nyo, pwede rin po. And ito, Soldivo Fund, ito po yung sinasabi ko na nagpapa-excite din sa lahat ng members dahil even senior citizens po ay pwede pong invest po dito. Ayan, automatic mutual fund investors po tayo. Yan, yung 20, I hope I was able to mention na as low as 20 pesos nga ay pwede nating i-invest dito. Okay? And Fidelity Life, ito dati optional ito but IMG believes na talagang napaka ganda nito. So ginawa na nilang inclusive doon sa membership natin. So this is a 24/7 memorial concierge service tie up with Everest. Ayan. So, kahit talaga namang iiyak tayo, pero with Fidelity, mas mabawasan po yung worry natin in times na mga ilangan, dumating tayo dun sa point na mga ilangan tayo. So, that's a 50,000 additional benefit for members. Ayan. So, ano pa? Vision Care. Ito, parang kagaya ko po, pwede po tayo mag-avail ng 2 free frames every year. Every year po yan, ha? So, hindi lang po isang year. Every year, pwede ka pong magpalit niyan. Ayan. Pwede rin pong online. Okay, this one, legal assistance program. Ayan, meron na rin po tayong abogado. Ayan, nagamit ko po to and I can vouch na napakaganda po ng system. Madaling kumuha ng appointment and then ang magagaling po yung mga lawyers natin dyan. Okay? So, ayan, meron tayong Everest Memorial Services. Ayan, 24/7 concierge service in the Philippines. And this one, ayan, yung mga gustong magkaroon ng mga sasakyan o kaya meron kayong kakilalang gustong magkaroon ng sasakyan. Marami po sa mga members natin nakakapag-discount ng laki-laki. meron yung isa to 30,000, depende. Okay? So, pwede po natin i-avail yan. Ayan, di ba? Laki ng mga, and of course, for international members, exclusive benefits naman, meron tayong worldwide protection, and meron tayong repatriation. Ayan. So, if you come to look at it, yung solid financial foundation natin, meron pa pong dinadagdag dyan yung IMG, which is of course, yung increasing of cash flow. Bakit? Siyempre, baka sabihin niyo later na, ay, gusto ko yan, pero wala akong pera. Eto po, pwede tayo magkaroon ng opportunity to also earn or increase our cash flow. And remember, sabi ko kanina, kung yung 70% ay hindi na pagkakasya, eto po, pwede nating dugtungan yung 70% na yan. Dito po natin makukuha yan. So, make as much money as you can while you can. So, ayan, have multiple sources of income po tayo. And together, that would already give you the total peace of mind na we deserve po. Okay? So, yung sinabi ko kanina na opportunity, ito po yung business ownership program natin. And these are just income projections po, ano? So, it depends on your commitment to learn the business. And of course, it depends on your sipag kung paano nyo po i-attain itong mga projected incomes na to. And you know what? Ang pinaka-best na part ng business natin is that yung income na ito ay meron tayong vesting rights na ipapamana po natin. When I started joining IMG po, my why was really kind of different. Pero actually, hindi naman napalitan, pero nadagdagan when I learned about the vesting rights. Kasi ito, 4 months ago, nagkasakit po yung anak ko, and just a little bit of sharing po, the doctor struggled kung anong sakit niya. So, she needed my time and my attention, so I had to give up my work. Pero alam niyo po, dati, talagang kahit Elsa na ako, yung frozen na ako. Kasi yung nakuha kong work before was, hindi inaabot ng bus. And at that time, wala pa naman po akong sariling sasakyan noon. And I started work during winter, parang January noon. And yung bus was until the bus station lang, and that was like 5 blocks away from yung school namin. And I had to walk on foot po ako, ha. So pagdating ko ng school, talagang tigas na yung mga paa ko, kahit naka-boots ka po or naka-muffler, lahat na ng pwedeng, kung pwede nga lang magdala na ako ng kumot noon, eh. Pero still, talagang freezing nga, eh. So, -3, -6, ganun yung so talagang tiniis ko po yun. Ilang months po yung winter, so months. And tiniis ko po yun para lang ma-keep ko yung work ko. Pero the moment po na hindi na ako makapasok, wala na. So, that was the end of it. Wala nang magiging benefit yung family ko, even my child, wala na. So, doon ko na-realize na etong IMG is really different from the traditional business or traditional work. Kasi eto, kahit nasa hospital kami ng anak ko, pag napatulog ko na siya, ayun, pwede pwede ko na siyang pwede ko na siyang gawin. So, hindi ako iniwan ni IMG, pero yung work na halos ikamatay ko, na iniwan ako, 'di ba? So, but then of course, kung ipapamana ko man ito, gusto ko naman yung maganda na business, 'di ba? So, I would wanna build it big, and I wanna build it right, and I wanna build it with pride. And sana ma-realize niyo rin po ito, lalo kayo na kahit magpakamatay po tayo sa work natin na meron. I'm not saying you give up your work. No, because IMG, the good thing about IMG is also it's rather designed for part-timers then. I was able to do it part-time then before. But then yun nga, dumating ako sa point na I had to give up my work. So naging full-time na ako ngayon. But yun na nga, I'm very blessed then kasi we just have to give it time, di ba? We don't have to give up whatever we have now at the moment. Pero yun, isipin lang natin, yung work ko ba, pag may nangyari sa akin, may benefit pa yung family ko, ganyan. Or kakasya ba yung, kung kunwari may pension ka from your current work, kakasya ba yun to sustain my family if mawala ako ngayon, something like that. Isipin lang po natin. We are not trying to scare you. these are realities ng buhay naman po natin, and it could happen to any of us. Isipin lang po natin, and the best thing to do is to be prepared for this what ifs natin, di ba? So, yun lang po. And then, of course, dun sa likod, di ba, nag-umpisa tayo sa cover kanina ng book. Ngayon, we end with the back part of the book, which says that financial education is not just for the wealthy, it's for everyone. Okay? So, ayan. So this is your financial educator, Jasmine Jamias Ramboyong. To God be the glory, and good morning to everybody. Oh, before I turn back the floor to the host, I would like to remind everybody na nandito po that you can avail, and you can avail it now, yung 20,000 personal accident insurance. You don't need po to become a member, but if you become a member, that would be much better. Pero for you to avail this 20,000 personal accident insurance, you don't have to. We just want to give back again to the community. So ayan po, para maprotektahan din po namin kayo at saka yung mga families po natin. Okay, so maraming salamat po ulit, and magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.